What's up, guys? Welcome to Superwise. I'm John, and welcome back to another installment in my Road to the Batman series, where I talk about all the movies that have inspired Matt Reeves' upcoming The Batman 2022. In my first episode, I talked about The French Connection, and today we are talking about David Fincher's Seven. Now, Matt Reeves hasn't openly said that this movie inspired his take on Batman, but once you watch this movie, it's clear he was pretty inspired. Now, from the get-go, ever since the Batman DC fandom trailer released, everyone has been drawing comparisons to Zodiac and Seven as inspiration for Matt Reeves' take on Batman. So, I decided to do the research and watch both of those movies. I've seen Zodiac already earlier this year. I really like it, and now I've seen Seven. David Fincher is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I mean, all of his movies, Panic Room, Fight Club, Gone Girl, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He just consistently makes good films. And Seven is my second favorite film by him. I haven't seen Mank or I haven't seen The Game. But for right now, of everything I've seen, The Social Network is my favorite film by him, number one. And number two is Seven. Now let's get into why. Seven is a 1995 film directed by David Fincher, and it stars Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, and the story is two detectives, a rookie and a veteran, hunt down a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as his motives. First, let's talk about the cast. Let's talk about Morgan Freeman. I've seen a lot of movies with him, but easily this is one of my favorite performances from him. I mean, he plays this tough veteran cop who wants to get out of the city. He wants to live a normal life. He wants to get away from all the crime, the rape, the drugs, all the nastiness in the world. And you can sympathize with him. And he's actually a very charismatic character. You understand his motives and what he believes and why he wants to stop the serial killer. Brad Pitt also, he plays the rookie cop. He's a newcomer to the force, and he wants to prove himself. He's very hot-headed, and at first Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, they don't get along in the movie. But then they start to get to know each other, they start becoming friends, and they share these experiences, and you feel for them. You understand where these characters are coming from. It's just great writing. And after seeing this movie, I know where the parallels are being drawn. Zodiac. The Zodiac killer in real life is being compared to Paul Dano's Riddler. I get it because of the glasses, and he just has the same feel as the Zodiac killer. Also, Paul Dano's Riddler, he sends puzzles and clues to the cops and detectives, similar to how the Zodiac killer did it with the newspaper chain. And with Seven, the motives between the serial killer here and the Riddler are similar. And in this movie, the serial killer, he is using the 7 deadly sins as his motives. He wants to show society's true face. He wants to out the sinners, and he wants to make people see the truth, and he does this by killing. And with the Riddler in the DC fandom trailer, lies. You remember that from the trailer? He wants to call out Gotham 2 for its crime and corruption. So I understand where the parallels are being drawn here. Now, I'm going to be getting into heavy spoilers now. I definitely want to talk about that ending. So if you haven't seen Seven, leave and come back later. Seven, the movie, is actually free on Peacock, Universal's streaming service. I saw that it was free, and I decided to watch it. So it's a great movie. I loved it. Go ahead and watch it. It's free, Go ahead and watch it. Okay, let's get into spoilers. So Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, the detectives, are after this serial killer, and we learn that this serial killer is played by Kevin Spacey, and his name in the movie is John Doe. He doesn't actually have a name. He's nameless in this movie. That's why he goes by John Doe. And I was surprised. I didn't know Kevin Spacey was in this movie, so it was a nice surprise role. And, Kevin Spacey in his real life, he's done some very disturbing and inappropriate things, but I think we all have to agree that he's a great actor. I mean, he plays the villain so well. He plays him mysteriously and disturbingly. I mean, he just plays it really well. And he makes a great villain because you understand his motives. You understand why he's doing what he's doing. Yes, it's wrong and it's terrible, but you can see where he's coming from, and that's what makes a great villain. He wants to wash away the sin. He wants to get rid of all these awful people, but he himself is an awful person doing it. He's just a really complex and interesting villain in this movie. And that ending, so suspenseful. How we found out what's in the box. What's in the box? It was Brad Pitt's wife in the movie, Gwyneth Paltrow. And when Brad Pitt found out, he killed Kevin Spacey. He killed John Doe. Shocking. How the villain actually won in this movie. He won. He got his way. How even the best of us, cops, can turn evil, and he proved that. How we're all sinful and savage by nature. I mean, incredibly profound. This movie is great. One of David Fincher's best. I've watched all of the movies so far, except for Chinatown, and then I'm going to be ready for the Batman 2022, so I'm so excited for that. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff really helps me out, and it'd mean a great deal if you guys who haven't subbed, came over and joined my awesome growing community. So, thanks for watching again. That will be all for me, and remember my catchphrase. Stay super wise.